to say.
Thank you. Cook. Bingo, will you swap some of my plants for your pizza flipper? No thanks.
Daniel!
What's up?
I was just coming to ask what you wanted for dinner. What happened here?
Yes, this is my entry to the 2023 Maker Collab Challenge. Together with Manny from Wooden Thumb, we are going to build an 81 or as close to 81 centimeters as possible Bluey doll immediately out of wood. I'm going to be using Palletwood. I've got a pile of rough offcuts off a pallet I've taken apart. The first priority is to get the body assembled. That's going to be out of segmented rings. I've actually got the one and only Dana made wedgie sled. Folks, this is as rare as the original Air Jordans. Let's get on with it. With everything I'm doing here, I need to consider how my build is going to interact with Manny's half of the build. Whatever I do needs to fit in with what he's doing. This was a massive job. There was hundreds of these things. Parts going everywhere. In particular, it was really important that I ensure that these rings stayed flat. My half of the Bluey needed to be 25 centimeters tall, so that's a lot of rings and a lot of segments. Being as rough as they were, I was glad that my rings were somewhat chunky, as that meant there was a bit of room for error. Wow, did I need that room. At this point, it was rinse and repeat until I climbed the tiny peak of tiny Mount Kilimanjaro as it felt. Surely I am done now. Come on. Before I have a go at this, let's consult an expert.
It's pretty cool. That's probably the easiest way to do it.
All right, yeah, I could probably do that. That seemed easy. Let's hope it doesn't blow up when I do it. Boy, am I happy those rings survived the planer. Starting at the bottom of that mountain would have made, that would have been very upsetting. Now to glue the rings together. And being that this was going to be turned on a lathe, the closer I could get this to a true cylinder, the better. Spoiler alert, I didn't. I'm really sorry, Manny. Unfortunately, when I glued the rings together, they had a slight lean to them, which will absolutely come back to bite me. And I guess Manny too. All right, this is one Bluey lower torso. That's a sentence I never thought I'd say.
Hey, are you ready to go to the shops yet?
Yeah. I'm just trying to study this joint. Honestly, it's really given me a lot of trouble. That was a close one. I'm just working out the positions of these mortises so that I can do the housing joint and then fit them in there in a way that is going to allow the legs at least a little bit of movement. Obviously, past Daniel was feeling very confident about this build. Of course I can make the legs move. How about some knee joints? It was at this point I was asking myself, why? Why the knee joints? Just for some context, the Maker Collab needs a single photo of the build. I can't even imagine the knee joints are going to be a part of that photo. I call this the abomination. The abomination. The 25 centimeter through hole. I obviously bought a longer drill bit for this purpose, but I don't think I had the correct bit. Look at that happy face. That's the face of success right there. The final step was to turn this part on the table saw and glue it onto the body. This worked perfectly if I don't say so myself. Order of operations was key. All right, these are the housing joints for the knees. Yes, so glad I went to the effort of making those knee joints, even though they won't probably be apparent in the final photo. To overcomplicate things further, I took the leg components to the table saw and put a taper on the bottom part of the legs. This was to make Bluey seem less like a trash can robot organism and more like a dog. Like that. They can just be doweled together. I'm now going to take them to the bandsaw. I've got the bandsaw set up at a 45-degree angle. I'm going to knock the corners off and kind of shape the legs a little bit. This wood turning is as rough as you can get. That's why most of it is sped up to save you. If you want to see really good wood turning, wait till Manny releases his video. He is a master wood turner. Probably. Manny really saved this project, especially the body. Thank you, Manny. Now it's probably a bad time to tell you I have very little wood turning experience, but I'm taking precautions. I've got the Ned's Woodworking face protector. Thank you, Dave Kelly. So there I was using a rotary tool, a router with a V-groove bit. Nothing seemed to be working. And then I remembered the square file, and it works perfectly. Really coming time to put the finishing touches on the project. The simple marker trick worked well. Oh yeah, yep. That's how arms work, champ. He's happy. Having finished the arms and the legs and the details that kind of identify them as such, it was time to glue them together. Whoa, whoa. Don't put too much glue on there now. You don't want to lock the knee joint, making the tedious work of creating the joint meaningless. All right, so this is the lower half of the Bluey body with the housing joints in here. I've got 2 legs with carved out dog knuckles. I don't know. 2 Bluey arms that can be doweled into the side of the top half of the body. And then these legs get a pin joint right the way through. Well, that's a wrap, and I'm gonna go now and send this off to Manny at Wood and Thumb. Oh, I forgot a tail. What does Bluey's tail look like? Ah yes, the tail. Another detail that will not be seen in the final submission. But hey, we've come this far, right? This was a lot of sanding, mainly to save me from my quite poor drawing of a dog tail. This is a wrap. This is my half of the Bluey project. You can see the body is made out of turned wooden rings, legs with the paws carved in them, and those are housing joints up there as well. Okay, bridle joint here for the knee joints which move. If we come over here, we've got the 2 legs, the 2 arms. Nothing can be glued in yet because Manny is going to glue the body together and turn them all at one time. So everything needs to come out. Even the legs are pinned in place, but they're not glued.
Daniel, can I please have my book back?
What? What? This one?
Yes.
I don't know how I got in here. Yeah. Be a bit more careful next time, right? Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Bluey. Manny from Wood and Thumb took over the second half of the build. If you want to see how he went from taking my section to finished product, keep an eye out for his video. It's coming out very soon. Thanks for watching.